If I took away every single watch you own and said you could only keep one, your everyday companion, what would it be? Something you could wear to work, on a date, or halfway up a mountain? That's the impossible brief, the everyday watch, the one piece that just works, everywhere. Today, we're finding the perfect everyday watch at every budget, from $100 beaters that punch way above their weight to the kind of pieces that whisper luxury instead of shouting it. We'll explore 5 tiers: affordable icons, mid-range marvels, entry-level luxury, true prestige pieces, and finally, my personal wildcard pick, the one watch I'd wear forever if I had to. So whether you're just getting into watches or building your third collection, there's a perfect everyday companion waiting in here somewhere. Let's start where every great journey begins, with the affordable legends. This is the definition of dependable style, the Seiko 5 Sports. For just over $400, you get automatic motion, bulletproof reliability, and a dial that plays with light like a brushed titanium blade. The SRPK 91 has always been the people's watch, built for the collector who wants heritage without the heartbreak. The Seiko 5 keeps that DNA, but adds modern swagger, sharp indices, clean symmetry, and a comfort that disappears on the wrist. It's not trying to impress, it just shows up, every single day. And that's exactly what an everyday watch should do. This isn't just a watch, it's a survival tool with a time display.
The G-Shock Mudmaster laughs at rain, dust, and gravity itself. It's like strapping a piece of military engineering to your wrist. The GGB 101A3 isn't subtle, but it's honest. Carbon core guard, triple sensor, Bluetooth sync, all wrapped in a case that could probably stop a bullet. Yet somehow it's wearable. The muted olive tones, the knurled buttons, the texture that feels like adventure. If your version of every day involves sweat, soil, and sudden downpours, this is your wingman.
Affordable doesn't have to mean boring, and the Timex Q Continental GMT proves it. Retro soul, traveler's heart. That two-tone bezel is pure 70s charm, the kind of design that makes you want to order a Negroni and book a flight. It ticks with that satisfying quartz pulse, but what you really feel is nostalgia. This is Timex flexing vintage charisma without trying too hard. It's slim, stylish, and lets you track 2 time zones while pretending you're late for a flight to Milan. Under $200, that's absurdly good. If James Bond ever went to grad school, he'd wear this. The Orient Bambino, 38mm small seconds, is a masterclass in quiet elegance. Domed crystal, small seconds complication, and that creamy dial that feels like espresso foam under warm light. It's mechanical romance at $300, which should be illegal. The proportions are perfect. The lugs hug the wrist, and that vintage silhouette looks way more expensive than it is. This isn't just an entry-level dress watch. It's a statement. You know what you're doing. The Hamilton Khaki Field Quartz doesn't shout, it serves. It's the military field watch distilled to its purest form. Legible, tough, honest. This is the wrist equivalent of a well-broken-in pair of boots. The 38mm size keeps it classic, while the quartz movement means zero fuss. It just goes. The matte dial absorbs light like sandpaper under sunlight. The beige lume feels vintage, and the case finishing is quietly precise. For under $500, you get a Swiss-made field legend that can go from hiking trail to boardroom without flinching. Utility, refinement, heritage, all ticking at once. The Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 is what happens when disco-era design meets modern precision. Integrated bracelet, razor-sharp lines, and a dial that glows like graphite under spotlight. This thing oozes confidence. That late 70s swagger, but with an 80-hour power reserve humming underneath. It's not pretending to be a Royal Oak. It's proud of being a PRX, and that's its magic. The case hugs your wrist. The brushing is luxury grade, and for $850 it feels like a steal. It's sleek, versatile, and unapologetically Swiss. A daily driver with serious weekend trip energy. The Longines Spirit 40mm is what happens when aviation history gets dressed for dinner. Those 5 stars on the dial, a nod to precision excellence, and yes, it earns them. Available in black or deep sky blue, the Spirit delivers COSC certified accuracy in a case that feels like sculpted air. The brushed and polished transitions are razor clean, the crown action buttery. This is confidence you can wear, refined enough for the office, but with pilot grit underneath. At 2500, it punches way above its class. It's heritage, modernized, and it flies effortlessly between worlds. The Shin 556i is minimalism with military discipline. No frills, no nonsense, just precision and purpose. The glossy black dial is almost mirror-like, yet legible in any light, thanks to that legendary German anti-reflective coating. Everything about it feels engineered rather than designed, and that's the charm. It's the Bauhaus answer to everyday wear. Inside, the movement ticks with Shin's trademark reliability, and on the wrist, it feels surgical. At 1800, it's the watch equivalent of German sports car engineering, understated, focused, and ready to outlast trends. Quick break before we hit the next chronos. If you've been eyeing any of the watches I've mentioned, or maybe you're just doing some late-night grail hunting, check out the links in the description. They go straight to exquisite timepieces, who I'm proud to call the official sponsor of this channel. They're an authorized dealer for over 80 luxury watch brands, everything from Grand Seiko and Tudor to independents like Angelus and Ball. That means you're not just browsing random stock. You're looking at real inventory, backed by manufacturer warranties and shipped globally. Personally, I trust them because I've used them, and I only work with partners I'd recommend to a fellow collector over coffee, and they actually answer emails, rare in this game. Also, a little transparency. If you use my affiliate links and end up buying something, it helps support this channel at no extra cost to you. No pressure, but it means the world. All right, back to the chronos. The Tudor Black Bay 58 doesn't just wear history, it breathes it. Every curve, every bevel whispers of mid-century dive heritage, refined for the modern wrist. The proportions are perfect, 39mm of distilled nostalgia. This isn't a loud watch, it's quietly confident, like someone who knows their worth but never brags. Inside beats Tudor's in-house caliber, with chronometer precision and the kind of finishing that rewards the macro lens. The matte bezel, gilt accents, and that domed sapphire, it's all rhythm and restraint. For just under $5,000, you're not buying a watch, you're buying a legacy that can go anywhere, with anyone, for a lifetime. The Omega Aquaterra turquoise dial is pure optimism on a bracelet. That sunburst blue-green dial doesn't just catch light, it flirts with it. It's elegant, yet playful, the horological equivalent of linen in summer. 150 meters of water resistance, a Metas certified movement, and the same anti-magnetic tech found in Omega's professional line. But what makes it sing is that color. It's the watch you wear when you've already achieved something, and you're enjoying it. At 7400, it's modern luxury that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's precision, with a smile. The Grand Seiko SBGA isn't just beautiful, it's meditative. That silk sunray dial looks alive, almost breathing with light. And that second hand glides in a way that no mechanical watch can mimic. That spring drive, the fusion of quartz precision and mechanical soul. Zaratsu polishing so sharp you could shave with it, finishing so crisp it borders on obsessive. At $5,000, this isn't about status, it's about serenity. The kind of craftsmanship that rewards silence, macro photography, and self-control. If perfection had a hum, it would sound like this. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41 is simplicity perfected. No date, no drama, just a pure expression of Rolex DNA. The brushing, the polish, the weight, it all feels engineered to outlast you. The dial colors might steal headlines, but the real magic is in the proportions. Slim enough for daily wear, bold enough to feel important. There's a quiet authority to it, like a well-tailored suit that doesn't need a logo. At $8,000, this is the everyday watch that's both the beginning and the end of many collections. Clean, confident, eternal. The Rolex Datejust 41 isn't just an icon, it's the template for the modern everyday luxury watch. That fluted bezel catches light like crystal dust, and the Jubilee bracelet drapes like silk-wrapped steel. It's bold but never brash, refined confidence in every link. The Cyclops lens, love it or not, it's unmistakable. This is Rolex flexing timeless design muscle, not chasing trends. At 13 grand, it's more than a watch, it's a milestone. The piece you buy to celebrate winning, whatever that means to you. The Cartier Santos is wrist architecture. A design so good it's been copied for a century and still looks futuristic. The squared case, visible screws and Art Deco numerals, it's Parisian confidence in steel. There's elegance here, yes, but also rebellion. The kind that wears a tuxedo but leaves the top button open. That quick change bracelet system and in-house automatic movement bring it right into the 21st century. For 8,600, you get design royalty that somehow feels effortless. The Santos doesn't just tell time, it tells taste. The IWC Mark 20 is the kind of watch you buy when you've stopped trying to impress anyone. It's distilled function, military lineage, and Swiss precision, all expressed in a 40mm pilot's silhouette. The dial layout is pure clarity, the case finishing surgical, and the AR coating, unreal. You almost forget the crystal exists. Inside, the movement runs with IWC's usual discipline, quiet, confident, precise. At 6 grand, it's the understated professional's everyday grail, the watch that earns respect without saying a word. The Speedmaster FOIS isn't the newest, the flashiest, or even the most precise watch here, but it's the one that feels the most human. This is the Moonwatch before the Moonwatch became a legend. Straight lugs, symmetrical case, alpha hands, all wrapped in 40mm of mid-century courage. It carries that quiet, analog heartbeat that connects you to an era when exploration meant risk, and heroes were made of flesh, not pixels. On the wrist, it feels like heritage rendered in steel. The movement ticks with a pulse that's steady, honest, and eternal. At 8,900, it's not about specs or status, it's about romance. The romance of space, time, and everything that lies just beyond reach. At every budget, there's a perfect, everyday watch. Not perfect because it's flawless, perfect because it fits you. For some, it's the Seiko that takes a beating and keeps ticking. For others, it's the Grand Seiko that reminds you that time can be art. And for a few, it's the Rolex that becomes a symbol of how far you've come. But what makes an everyday watch truly perfect isn't the price, or the logo, or the hype. It's how it makes you feel every morning when you put it on. That quiet little spark that says, "This one's mine." So wherever you are on your horological journey, whether you're building, upgrading, or just dreaming, remember, time doesn't need to be expensive to be meaningful. And hey, some of the watches featured in this video have links down below. If one's been whispering your name, check them out. They help support the channel while you hunt for your next grail. If you're into watches from quartz to spring drive, you know what to do. Hit subscribe and join the Chronosman Circle. I'm Chronosman. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.